you're almost sulking. You know what I mean? It's almost like he was playing like as he was sulking.
Because I don't think he was I don't think Frank. I personally think in this game the reason why Chelsea played so poorly in this game is that Frank set them up not successfully. He set them up tactically 4-2-2-2, almost like how Ralph Hasenhüttl plays in Southampton. That's how he set them up. So he didn't set them up successfully. In my 2 cents, to succeed, he should have had this Tammy Abraham as a 9, on the left hand side Timo, on the right. Kai Havertz is really not a right. He comes in from the right, but Hakim was injured, so
he's played on the right before. Like
he has played on the right, but he's more effective coming in as a number 9, as a number 10, right underneath there. So on the right hand side, I get it. Hakim is injured. It just shows you, and I'm going to say this, and Reef is going to laugh. On the right-hand side, maybe you should have kept William. look at it that way. If you look at it that way. All right, folks, we're back from the commercial break. Go ahead, Shift.
No, I was just laughing at the joke that you.
Oh, you had your hand because it's in front. Yeah. So basically, if you look at it, he's theoretically. He needed a strong right-handed player to play on that right-hand side. In doing so, freeing Havertz and freeing Timo to do what they need to do. Go ahead, Reef. Go ahead.
So I don't believe. I don't think Lampard going to play. What is his name? Loftus-Cheek this week. Obviously.
No.
I don't think he's going to play this week. Obviously. Excuse me?
Not in that position. Not in that position.
Okay. I'm telling you, he's not going to start him. I think Lampard give him the candy of the day. Let's start him and let him to play the first game. Let him to prove for me. Let him to show me what he can do in the real game. He didn't have a good game. I'm not the only one thing like that. He didn't have a good game. And I know he's not going to play against Liverpool. And you know what? This belongs to the game, to the past. It's 3-1. He's got to bed. Let's go forward. Let's go Liverpool. How do you think the lineup going to be to Liverpool?
How do you're asking me how I feel the lineup is going to be?
Absolutely. I'm asking you.
I believe that he's going to go 3-5-2. I believe he's going to go extremely defensive. And he's going to bring in Dave. He's going to I don't think he's going to bring Silva. If he brings Silva in, I think it's bad because he's going to expose him to. I think he needs to keep Silva. You've got to manage. Silva needs to be managed. I believe Silva needs to be managed. His time needs to be managed, and his space needs to be managed. So I believe he's going to go a back three of most likely Dave, Rudy, and Zuma. Alonso and James as wing backs. In the middle, Kovacic returns, and he returns with Kanté to hold the middle. And the two up front, he really needs to pair off Timo and Tammy, TT. How say you to that Shift? You quiet over there.
I mean, the 3-5-2 sounds enticing, but I don't know. With Liverpool's fullbacks, it would make sense to play 3-5-2, right?
Yep.
You'd have Reece and Alonso protecting us.
Yep.
And you're saying he's going to have Silva, Zuma, and
no Silva. I rest in Silva. You either go for your traditional. Either he'll go Christensen, Rudy, or Zuma, Dave. All of those three are that
Dave's injured.
At the back.
See, I think if Silva's resting, we can't do three at the back because then we don't have another centre back. Because Dave is still injured. Remember, he tore his hammy, right?
No, he played. He came in as a substitute. He replaced Jorginho.
He came in as a sub, but I don't know if he's ready for 90 minutes yet.
Okay, then
I mean, that injury. So he might just stick with four in the back and give us go 4-3-3. I think that would make sense against Liverpool. You don't like the 4-3-3?
I do not feel comfortable about it. The reason I'm saying this, and I'm going to let you guys continue in a few minutes because I'm dominating the whole conversation and I'm just the host. I think Liverpool have to truly make amends for last week. And when they make amends, those guys get ready. Klopp gets ready to charge. Good doctor, how say you to the lineup for Liverpool versus Chelsea?
I agree with your formation. I think 5 in the middle will give us good coverage in terms of them utilizing their fullbacks. In terms of what Shiv suggested, the 3-3, the 4-3-3, the issue is that if those fullbacks get behind our midfield, we're screwed. That has been our downfall each time we've played with them. But historically, like last season, we actually, my opinion, but I think we lost one time to, or did we tie? We lost 2-1 in the Premier League when Conte scored a goal, right?
Yeah, to Chelsea. I mean, you mean to Liverpool? Yeah. We got their number. We can beat them.
We can beat them. Well, like we can. It's well established that we can play. We can play better than Liverpool can.
Yeah.
The issue is that when they get behind us, right? So yeah, I think having 5 down the middle would be a better lineup.
Reef, how say you to that?
It's just the personnel to use in that midfield.
I think I'm agree with what you're saying, like 3-5-2. Liverpool attacking with 3 all the time. The Brazilian, the Egyptian, and the African. I don't remember.
The African.
They all the time attacking together.
Don't talk to that. I know.
And I don't remember what country it's from.
Senegal. It's from Senegal.
Okay. Sorry, Senegal. But I know the other 2.
Yes, you do.
My point is the attacking all the time with 3 and a lot of time coming behind the defense. So I think the 3-5-2 be very well.
Okay. So we have 3 of us agree with that. Schiff wants to go a 4-3-3. Is that what you want, Schiff?
A 4-3-3 is doable. It's just that we're going to get taxed over the side. Man. They're like, it's definitely doable. Like we can contain them, but if they break behind us, we're done.
Yeah.
And one more thing, John. I know what you said about Silva. I do believe he's going to put Silva in. I understand what you say. He need to manage him and everything. I think, in my point of view, because Silva has so much experience and been in so many teams and been in so many trophies and saw all the big things, I think he will manage the defense amazingly compared to last week, what we saw. That was like a disaster.
Okay. Shift your 4-3-3.
Yeah, I think 4-3-3 makes more sense to me. A little bit more sense. Yes, it's riskier, but if you see what Leeds did to Liverpool, having them overrun in the midfield with Wijnaldum and what's his name?
Henderson and Keita.
Henderson, they can be overrun. So with the 4-3-3, I think we can take the game to them rather than be defensive.
One tiny thing about the only thing that Leeds showed us in that game for certain is that Bielsa will run his men to the ground.
Right.
Those guys cover more yardage than any team I've seen in the EPL for a while.
Yeah.
They press going back and forth.
Yep.
Like the fitness levels on these guys is insane.
Yep.
Like we don't have that.
Yep.
Like that team, the way that team hustled the whole game is ridiculous.
That's his style. Yep.
Like that is a difference. They press going back and forth. Like that.
You're right.
They will choke whoever has that ball.
Yep, spot on.
So that's the difference. That's why they can afford to play.
You know what? Just before we're closing it, I'm just before we're closing it. If you're looking at how Liverpool played last week, they played 4-3-3, and how Leeds play 4-1-4-1.
Yes.
It's very interesting, and I understand what Chief said about 4-3-3. In my point of view, I think the 3-5-2 be more defensive, and that's what we need to play with Liverpool.
Yeah, we can't play the 4-1 because Jorginho he can pass the ball better than Phillips, but he cannot defend. Kanté can defend, but he cannot pass the ball. Kovacic can break and cannot do so. We can't do a 4-1-4. Go ahead, Doctor. And then when you
No, I
finish,
was going to
Doctor,
say, I just found it interesting that Liverpool had the best defense in the Premier League last season, and Leeds had the best defense in the Championship. I did not expect a goal fest. That's the only thing I say about that game. I didn't expect. I was expecting 2-1, 1-0, 2-0. Like.
Okay, good, Doctor. How say you? What do you have for the score?
For Liverpool, Chelsea?
Yes, please.
Chelsea to win it 2-1.
All right. Reef?
I'm with the Hardy 2-1 for Chelsea.
Schiff?
1-0 Chelsea.
Okay. And I'm going to go for 3-2 Chelsea for that situation. Okay, good, Doctor. Your quiz, please, sir. Before we say, give us a question before we say goodbye to the captain.
All right. So you guys are familiar with the Ballon d'Or, right? Yeah, you guys good with that?
Oh, yeah. It did not happen this year.
Oh, interesting, interesting. So who won the first Ballon d'Or?
Discuss. What year was it? Give us a hint.
It was in 1956.
The Hungarian guy.
Nope.
What's his name?
It was, I was going to say Gerd Müller, but Gerd Müller was the 70s.
Here's another hint. He's an Englishman, and he won it at the age of 41.
I know who won it. It was Stanley Matthews.
Stanley Matthews, you beast. Well done.
Yeah.
Well, since that one...
I don't even know who is that.
You don't know who the legendary Stanley Matthews is? Good, folks. We're going to say goodbye to you, folks, and then we're going to carry on the quiz. Next week, we'll be back. I haven't talked about some Europa League football, which is kicking off this week. We're going to see how the Premier League is kicking. The Bundesliga also kicks off this weekend. We have lots of football topics. So from me, your host, Jono, goodbye. From down in Florida, Reef.
And goodbye, everybody.
Over up to the Carolinas. Good, Doctor.
Wash your hands, wear a mask.
There you go. And to those who are quarantined in Jersey City after the incident.
I'm in New York. Thank you very much.
New York. Yes, I forgot you left Jersey, innit? Go ahead, good Doctor. Good Captain.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks. We'll catch you all next week. Cheers now.